Update: my 22F boyfriend, 24M, is a passport bro, and I had no idea. Original post here. Wanted to come on here and reply to a few things and give a little update. I had no idea the last post was going to blow up so quickly and get so many comments. For this reason I didn't go into too many details in my last post. 1. When I read his comments on those websites, it felt dehumanizing and fetishizing. They were making stereotypes about us that are either untrue or outdated. We have all kinds of women here, just like in other countries. Some like to party, some don't. Some are looking for flings. Some want long-term relationships. Some want to stay single and childless forever. It's not true that most of us are submissive women who obey our husbands. Try telling that to a Central European woman face to face and see her reaction. Haha too. He told me he only came for work, and it's funny we met because he wasn't planning on getting into a relationship. Judging by his comments online, it was a lie and he came here to look for a traditional wife. 3. Surprisingly, he never actually told me that he wanted a traditional relationship. He doesn't do anything that's considered traditional in my culture either. I work hard for my own money and go to university, so I don't want to be a housewife or stay at home mom in the near future. We've talked about this, so he knows. What worries me is that someone online told him to start a relationship and then try to make it more traditional over time. I don't know if that's what he's trying to do or if he's changed his mind. I have no way of knowing and don't want to take the risk of wasting my time. 4. He works at an IT company. Allegedly. I've never been to his workplace, so I have no proof of this. It might be my naivety to think it's true, but we have a lot of companies like this in my country. And a lot of foreigners work in IT in the capital city, so who knows. 5. Traditional woman and traditional relationship can mean different things in different countries. Depending on culture and social norms, he wants a traditional woman by American standards, but that's not the same as what we consider a traditional woman here. It's pretty clear from his online comments that he has no clue about this difference. It's offensive because it shows he knows nothing about our culture and history and is just relying on stereotypes and outdated assumptions. 6. Some people in the comments tried to justify his desire for a traditional wife, stating that European women should be happy and understanding about this. But what does he bring to the table? Why should a traditional Central European woman choose him instead of a man from our country who speaks our language, knows our customs and traditions, grew up in our culture and respects us according to our standards? To imply that I should be grateful that an American man chose me like I'm some product is offensive and makes me look like I'm inferior. Very weird logic. Sorry. 7. Some people commented that my post was rage bait or fake because of my English or because Central European women won't think like this. This just proves the ignorance some people have about my country. Women here have careers, open their own businesses, or learn to become doctors, lawyers, beauticians, chefs, etc., etc. Most of us in younger generations have modern mentalities, except for some villages, but villagers probably won't go for an American man who doesn't know a thing about our country. Haha. Most of us learn a second language since we are 68 years old. My niece literally goes to a bilingual kindergarten and learns 2 languages at the age of 3, so I'm not sure why it's so far-fetched that people here speak English well. We are not some idiots who have no idea about the modern world. Most of us speak at least 1 or 2 foreign languages, usually English and German, sometimes Spanish. Except the boomers and General X. They had to learn Russian back in the day. I also use an app to double-check my grammar. P. Guilty as charged. And to the person who said that Central European countries are basically the same as England or France, It sounds like someone failed their history class. Please don't be ignorant and educate yourself. 8. I told my boyfriend, ex now, that I'd like to break up with him. We had a small conversation on the phone and I told him I wasn't in a position to continue the relationship for personal reasons. At first he was confused and tried to convince me not to break up, but then he accepted it. 9. To the comments that suggested it. And thank you for the idea, by the way. I posted my story in local groups so other women can be aware of this whole passport bro thing. And hopefully not fall victim to men like this. As expected, they found the whole thing disgusting and were grateful for the heads up. We are not here for others' enjoyment and to fulfill some submissive wife fantasy of someone who looks at us as stereotypes rather than individuals with varying personalities and preferences. 10. I'm not against foreigners or mixed couples. My brother-in-law is Arab, speaks my language and knows my culture. We also speak some Arabic and know and respect his culture too. He didn't come here as a sex tourist but as an actual worker who wanted to change his life. If you go to a country, go because you're interested in it and want to learn about a new culture or have some great opportunities, not because you want to desperately lie to women just so you can get into a relationship or get some sex. I can't speak for everyone in my country, but most people won't tolerate this behavior and will judge passport bros negatively. It's hypocritical to want a traditional wife but constantly move from country to country and woman to woman. That behavior definitely isn't considered traditional. At least not in my country, haha. If you want casual relationships, that's fine because there are women here who want the same, but just be honest about it. Thank you again for all the comments, explanations and advice. They were eye-opening and really helpful. Even though I'm disappointed and feel a bit used, I'm grateful that I know the whole truth now. We live and we learn, I guess. I told my boyfriend, ex now, that I'd like to break up with him. Good. You handled this really well. Well done. I read your original post and got very frustrated at some of the comments. Mainly from Americans, who seem to think that women in Europe are somehow backwards. I would say generally women in Europe are very strong and independent. Of course it varies in different regions. But I couldn't name one country where the women are submissive. Sounds like you handled it with maturity and grace. Brava. Girl, I'm Belgian and I confirm that if a man tells me that women must submit, he had better run very, very quickly and hide on another planet, rolling on the floor laughing cold sweat smile. You described all European women in your point 7. Even if my country is in Western Europe, it's exactly the same thing. Wish you the best, 2 hearts. The ideas American conservatists have about Middle, Central, East Europe are really funny. Very recently the whole anti-woke scene in the US had a massive meltdown because Poland recently overthrew a conservative government. They really think that like 90% of people here are like them. No, they aren't. In fact, it's the opposite. I wouldn't be surprised if Europe, yes, even the Middle and East, had much more modern thinking, woke people than the US has. Also, as far as economy goes, we naturally support socialism much more than they do in the US. Both the right-wingers and left-wingers, if you can believe that. Libertarian types of ideas are pretty much non-existent here and are on absolute fringes of political spectrum. It's true that the right-wingers share the same anti-woke ideologies, though they are by no means the majority anywhere. The problem is they are much more united. And in Europe you don't need 50% to win the election. Sometimes as little as 30% is enough due to different political systems. This is why some of these 19th century political parties are able to win these elections from time to time. You handled this very well. I'm sorry for everything you've gone through, both with him and with idiots on Reddit. I visited Germany, Poland, Czechia, Slovakia, and Hungary this past summer, and literally every single person I interacted with spoke English fluently. It was awesome and humbling at the same time. It's become a Reddit thing lately to accuse so many posts of being fake. Just as so many pictures used to be accused of being a Photoshop. A lot of posts have been proven to be fake later, but it's kind of annoying when you post something real and people are overeager to accuse you of being fake. Sometimes on the thinnest evidence. Anyway, best of luck and thanks for posting the update. I remember your original. Good thing he's your ex. As an American, you have my utmost respect. These guys are a national embarrassment and they need to be routed out wherever they're found. Start a relationship and then try to make it more traditional over time. I can guarantee that's what he was doing. They try the same thing over here and are angry that they don't have much luck. Anyone who thinks Central European women are submissive has never had a Polish LMAO. So happy for this update. Good on you. Fellow European here, and I love your putting people in their place for stereotyping your culture and making excuses for horrible misogyny. 6 sounds like the conservative men found your post no good ever comes of interacting with them. Congratulations. Really, I know breakups hurt, but this one is for better. Yeah, Americans think we are clueless, and to some even the fact we have electricity and indoor plumbing is news. So, I'm so happy for you though. Less than 3. It's really sad that you feel you have to justify yourself like this here. Honestly, I love your attitude. You handled both the IRL situation and the weird online comments with grace and confidence. And it's great you also warned other women. Good luck to you. Yeah, try to tell any modern Polish gal that she have to be submissive and you'll get an amazing chance to check out our free healthcare. Dr. Zamaj. You go girl. As an American, I apologize for him. We're not all like that. I'm glad it worked out okay for you and you were able to warn other women about guys like him. I just want to say you're awesome.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.